Does heavy hair oiling actually grow hair? This is one of those topics where everyone seems to have an opinion, but not many of us are actually looking into the evidence. So today I really wanted to break it down. What does oil actually do? Do ingredients matter? Does the amount matter? And are we confusing hair growth with something else entirely? Before I get into the research, I want to share where this video is coming from for me personally. I grew up in a Tamil household and hair oiling was never really optional. I remember mothers and grandmothers applying oil, and not just a little bit, a lot of oil. Heavy oiling was just what you did. And from what I've seen, this is common in many parts of India and other South Asian countries, though I can only really speak fully from my own experience. Hair oiling is popular for a reason. Many people believe it helps with faster hair growth, thicker and stronger hair, a healthier scalp, and less breakage. And for a lot of people, it's also tied to tradition, something that's been passed down through generations. Before I go any further, I want to be clear about where I stand. I love hair oils, and I'm sure you would have known that by now as well. I use them myself, so this is not an anti-oil video at all. But I do think we need to be more thoughtful about how we talk about oiling. My view is that oils can be absolutely helpful, but I don't think using more oil automatically gives you better results. What matters more is the type of oil, the ingredients inside it, how you use it, and whether you're consistent with it. So when I talk about heavy hair oiling in this video, I'm not saying this is something everyone everywhere does. I know that depending on where you are watching from, heavy oiling might not even be familiar to you, but for people like me who grew up around it, it's deeply familiar, and that's the context I'm speaking from. However, even with that background, I think it's still worth asking, what exactly is doing the work? Is it the amount of oil I used? Or is it really the ingredients that's inside the oil? Is it the massage? Or are we sometimes seeing better length retention and calling that growth? That's what I want to explore. So what can oil actually do? The strongest evidence for oils is really about the hair strand itself, not the scalp. Oil can help reduce friction between your strands, which means less tangling and less breakage. It adds lubrication, which makes the hair feel softer and easier to manage. And for some people, applying oil before washing can help protect the hair from damage during the wash process. However, a study published in the Journal of Cosmetic Science found that certain oils, especially coconut oil, could reduce protein loss from the hair. So oils do have real benefits. But notice what I said? Benefits for the strand. That's different from growing new hair from the scalp. Here's something important. Not all oils behave the same way. Research has looked at how different oils interact with the hair, and they found that coconut oil can actually penetrate into the hair shaft, while other oils like mineral oil or sunflower oil mostly sit on the surface. That doesn't make those oils useless. They can still coat and protect, but it does mean that the type of oil you use matters. So when we talk about oiling, as if it's one thing, we're actually oversimplifying it. The formula matters a lot. Here comes my favorite. What about herbal oils? This is where the conversation changes a little. When people talk about ayurvedic oils or traditional hair oils, they are usually not talking about plain coconut or plain sunflower oil. They are talking about oils infused with herbs like amla, bringraj, hibiscus, rosemary, and many more. These ingredients have a long history of traditional use for hair care, and there is research looking at plant-based compounds for hair, but the strength of evidence varies a lot depending on the ingredient. Some have more research behind them than others, so the ingredient list really does matter. It's not just about oil. Let me give you a specific example: rosemary oil. Rosemary is one of the more talked about ingredients right now, and it actually has some human research behind it. One study compared rosemary oil to minoxidil, which is a well-known hair loss treatment, and found that both groups had a significant increase in hair count after 6 months. That's interesting, but here's the important part. That study was on a specific group of people with androgenetic alopecia, using a specific concentration applied in a specific way. It doesn't prove that every oil blend or every heavy oiling routine will give the same result. so we need to be careful about how we interpret these findings. Here's something I think gets overlooked a lot. When people oil their scalp, many of them are also massaging it in, and that massage might actually be part of the benefit. There's a small study that found scalp massage increased hair thickness over time. Now, it was a very small study, only 9 people, so we can't treat it as guaranteed proof, but it does suggest that the method matters. Just putting on oil on your scalp and leaving it there is not the same as actually massaging your scalp. So when someone says heavy oiling worked for them, I always wonder, was it the oil or was it the massage, or was it both together? This is probably the most important point in this whole video. Hair growth and hair retention are not the same thing. Growth means new hair growing from the follicle, from your scalp. Retention means keeping the length you already grew by reducing breakage and damage. Here's why this matters. If you start oiling your hair and it seems like it's growing faster, it might not actually be growing faster. It might just be breaking less. The oil is lubricating your strands, reducing friction, reducing tangles, and that means you're keeping more of your length over time. That's a huge benefit, but it's a different benefit than speeding up growth from the root. And I think a lot of us confuse these two things. So this brings me to the main question. Is heavy oiling actually better? And my honest answer is, I don't think so. If the benefits of oil come from lubrication, the ingredients and how you apply it, then simply using a lot more oil doesn't automatically give you more benefit. However, it can give you more build-up, a greasier scalp, a harder time washing it out, and honestly, just using up more product without extra results. I'm not saying you should never use a generous amount of oil. I'm saying the amount is not the magic ingredient. The type of oil, the ingredients, the method, and the consistency matter more than just going heavy. So what do I actually do? I still use oils. I genuinely enjoy them and I love them, and I think they have a place in hair care and they forever will. But I try to use them intentionally, not excessively. When I'm focusing on my scalp, I use an oil with ingredients I've chosen on purpose. So I have been using Nature Spell's diluted rosemary hair oil, and they work amazing for my hair and scalp. I massage it in rather than just leaving it sitting there. When I'm focusing on my strand, I use their Botana hair oil, and I use it specifically for lubrication and protection, especially before wash day. And I try to be consistent rather than doing one heavy oiling session and expecting miracles. That approach makes more sense to me than just using a lot of oil and hoping for the best. So here's my final verdict. Hair oils can absolutely be beneficial. I'm not anti-oil at all. Ingredients can matter, especially when you are using herbal or ayurvedic formulations. Massage can matter too, but heavy oiling on its own is not the whole story. The amount of oil is probably the least important factor. What matters more is the formula, the method, the consistency, and being clear about whether you're trying to support scalp health, protect your strands, or reduce breakage for better retention. So the next time someone tells you to just go heavy with the oil, maybe ask yourself, what exactly is supposed to be doing the work here? Because I think the answer is more nuanced than just more oil equals more growth. Based on what we've explored today, it's probably not about using more oil. It's about understanding what different oils can and can't do, using them intentionally, and building a healthy hair routine that works for you. So the goal isn't really to follow every trend, but to understand the reasoning behind what you choose to do. I hope you found this video helpful and maybe even learned something new. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, let's continue learning about healthy hair together. Bye for now.